Listen, I'm frightened in case you lose your collar though. Come on. You're going to lose your collar. What are you doing? Are you going to calm down now? Just walk. No running. Come on. Down here. Come on. Down you go. Come on. Now there's another deer fence just here on the left. And if you follow it all the way down, it cuts off a big corner where you go around the corner down that S-bend where we went wrong, and we went down that way and up there. He's got half the grass stuck in his collar. Right, unbeknown to us as well, if you look straight ahead, you can actually see the farm over the top of those trees where there's a gap, like it's a bit of a hillock. And just at the top of the hillock, you can see a big wind turbine that I use for to turn and generate the electricity. Obviously, they'll be have a big battery bank in a generator room or something, and charging up the batteries constantly so they can run the house off their own electricity instead of being connected to the grid. Just make their own. But it's days like this, I mean, it's still, there's no wind at all. Like those big massive wind turbines that you pass when you come along past Sweet Hope off Fishing Lake, none of them were turning. There's just no wind. It's very calm. So I've got to come back up here when I come back. It's a slow uphill, but then it's a nice downhill going back to the car. Right, so like I say, we've been here last week. I know what the terrain is, and I know that there's no sheep to be seen anywhere. No horses, no cattle, nothing. So when I got down to the bottom T-junction, I heard a couple of voices coming from the right, and it was those two hikers, the two lads. And then he went up to greet them, and then they came down to meet me, and we just continued walking together after that at this T-junction at the bottom. Right, and here's another gate for the deer fence, and the big thick posts that they put the hinges on. Big swamp area there because it's all like long reed grass, and the darkness tells you there's loads of water underneath. So like I say, if you went through that gate there and follow that deer fence all the way down, it takes you to where we went round and round it down around the S-bend. And there's an old wooden bridge across the burn at the bottom there. That's obviously part of the pathway that used to be used many moons ago, probably. But at least the wooden bridge is still there, and we pointed it out when we walked past it. So when you look at the maps and you see these dotted lines, which indicates a public walkway, that will probably come up, that old bridge, because that would have been a pathway at one time to the public. Right, I'm going to have a rant about eBay. I mean, with them being a big corporation, they don't give a shit about you. All they're interested in is getting money off you and getting interest off the money that you pay. And then when you need your money back, when they'll make you laugh, they're supposed to give you eBay buyer's protection, but they charge you for that. And then a recent thing that's just pissed me off even more, I've just ordered a motherboard from a company called Memory C, who are supposed to be stationed in Ireland, and I ordered a brand new motherboard from them, which was £156.72. And here, when I looked at they didn't answer any questions. They don't reply to you. It says how long is it going to be set off and shipped quickly, but nothing back from them. So then I started looking at the postage details, and it says we usually post within 10 days after cleared funds. So basically, they want to hold on to your money for 10 days before you even get anything. So can you imagine walking to a shop and paying for an item, and the shop owner turns around, grabs something off the shelf, and tells you, oh, you'll have to come back 10 days later, then you can have it. You turn around and tell them to piss off. But no, not with eBay. So basically, I wrote to them, I says, look, I'm not prepared to wait 10 days. This is like, I need a motherboard already to build my machine. So can I cancel the transaction? And they says, okay, just get in touch with eBay, blah, 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 blah. But we'll cancel the transaction, no problem. So you get in touch with eBay and say, I'd like to cancel this transaction. And then you go into the box and at the drop down menu, why are you choosing to cancel a transaction? And they come up with a list of reasons why you want to cancel it. So it just says, won't arrive on time. So press the button for cancellation, and then blue banner comes up saying, okay, you wish to cancel this transaction. We will get in touch with the seller to see if they will be willing to cancel the transaction, which I've already spoken to them and sent letters to them and said yes, they'll cancel it. So basically, it can take up to 3 days. So they always try and keep a hold of your money. The same as when you ask them to step in. Right, if you don't hear from the seller or you can't sort it out yourself, you have to wait until like 6-7 days before you can ask us to step in. So all that time that you've paid money for and you haven't got anything to show for it, they're making interest of your money in the bank. That's what it's all about. So they try and keep a hold of your money as long as possible. So I'm just getting pissed off with it. And it's not the first time it's happened, it's not the second time, it's the millionth time. Just, I'm having loads of problems with different items that you buy off eBay. The sellers turn out to be crap, or they haven't got what you want in stock, and it says you have to wait. Now, memory C, I looked at the bad feedback and it just comes up one after another. Poor communication, late postage, item never arrived. I went, oh shit, that's what prompted us to cancel it as well, because of the many bad feedbacks that they've got on that area that makes them a bad seller. So your next question is, why is eBay allowing these sellers to continue selling to us buyers and knowing that they're going to rip off or delay, no communication, ignore you? It's because they want the money. They're not interested in you. It's just all about the money. So as soon as that transaction goes through, the money goes straight into their bank. It is sitting there collecting interest of your money that you haven't got nothing to show for. That's why they make you wait for. You have to wait so long before you can ask eBay to step in, because all that time the money's sitting in their bank, not yours, their bank. So I mean, with them, this is typical corporations. This is how they make money off you. And the other thing that pisses us off is eBay have actually make their own feedback through AI, and they put feedback comments against people's sellers' accounts to make it look like they're brilliant sellers or no problems with them. To hide the fact that they could be absolute shit and you don't want to buy off them ever again. So eBay of using AI that just writes fake feedback comments to make them look fantastic. So this is what's going on with eBay, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I've been buying things off them for about 10-15 years now, a loyal customer, and I'm just thinking of packing it in. I won't buy anything more off them. The only reason why I do buy off them is like it's easier for me being disabled, instead of having to jump in the car and drive many miles to go and buy something I want from, say, a computer shop. And just go online, see what the cheapest one is, and order them, and hope that you don't get no hassle like I've been getting. But that's not the case of late. It's terrible. I'm having more problems lately than, you know, a straightforward transaction. Pisses me off. So as you can see, there's deer fences all the way along here to protect all these trees that they've just recently planted again. That's looking back up to that, the start of the deer fence back up there where the gate is. Right, so down at the bottom of here to the T-junction, and then I'm going to be turning left and going up the hill. We have met these two lads coming down from the right. Like I say, they had gone further along the main road, and they had parked where you come across the houses. Where just before you turn right, you go to the car park where you park to go across the dam wall. That one there, the houses on the left are called Lakeview or Lakeside View or something like that. Well, they parked the car there, walk through the barrier, and just follow the road right round to meet me down here. Because when I got home, I looked at the maps to see what they were talking about, because I says, well, where have you come from, where have you parked? And he said Lakeside View or Lakeview, and then now I know it's the houses further on. So you go past where I'm parked now, up Shilling Pot, keep going until you start coming to the start of Kielder Water by the right turn into Falstone. Right, so this is where I come down to the T-junction, look, where I met these two lads coming down from me right. And I'll be going up that hill over there to the left. There must have been a gate here across here at one time, because there's a big thick pole, and it would have been sitting on for the hinges to be screwed onto. Right. Now this wall down here to the left, it must have been the wall of a big huge building down here at one time. Perimeter wall. Right, so I got to here and I heard voices, as you do, because it carries in the quiet, and I had parked up right up there, Lakeview houses, and they walked this track all the way down here, and then just where they came into view, just up there, the dog had run up to go and greet them because he heard their voices, because he's a people person, he loves going to see people, but people panic when they see him running up towards them. They think, oh shit, is he going to rip me to bits or bite us? But here's the first pole with the discs on, look. So at the top one saying Riva Trails, then you've got a pink disc down there with an arrow, and then an orange disc with an arrow pointing straight on. So that's a main thoroughfare for road traffic as well as pedestrians. Right, come on son, up here. Good boy son, come here. I'll have to keep an eye on you so that your collar doesn't come off. Aye, when I went down the ditch at the gate, I just seen something shining on the right hand side. He had jumped out the ditch and then gone up against the wire fence, and that's where it had come off and just dropped down in a pile on the side of the ditch. So I was lucky to see it actually. Right, so this is where we were starting to talk and going uphill here around this corner. You hear water running down there. It's that stream coming down here and it's going underneath the road. Good boys, where you been? Where you been, son? Where you been? That's better. My camera was slightly pointing down the way. Tighten up, that's it. So it does move again. Right. So there's that perimeter wall just down there. Right, come on son, up here. No, I don't want you going down there. I don't want you hurting your foot. Come on. Good boy. Come on, up you go. Up you go. He's constantly going to go down off the side of the roads and go into ditches looking for water. Good boy, son. Good boy. Good boy, son. Right, come on up here. Come on. Away. Up you go. Here. Here. Good boy, son. Good boy. I think also it's a way of him getting off these stone tracks and going on, walking on grass, which will be a little bit more gently on his pads when he's walking along. Right, so when we got round this corner, you dropped down and we went round and over past all those trees that's been chopped down there, and that's where all the tree, what do you call them? Tree grabbers and mechanical machinery was. There's another plane going over dropping chemtrails. Oh, sorry, I must apologise, that's contrails because it's disappearing within seconds of coming out the back of the plane. So that's contrails. The globalists try and cover up by saying, if you put the truth up, like say that chemtrails, they'll point you to a different website and explain them away as contrails. But you know the difference. Well, I hope so by now. But the whole point of these mobile phones is people walk along and they're looking down all the time instead of looking up to see what's really going on in the world. And that's why they call them cell phones, because once you got one, you're looking into it. You stop conversation. People are constantly looking at their mobile phones. I call them family killers, because instead of sitting around the table eating lunch and talking general conversation, everybody's tut on their mobile phones, killing family, environment and conversation. All by design. That's why I hate mobile phones. Now mine is in the frigging car. It's in the driver's door, out the way. I hate mobile phones. I mean, it's pointless bringing them out anyway, because 90% of the time you don't get a signal when you're far away from built-up areas, like where I'm going. Now, when I was talking to the two lads that were with us, he was misbehaving. We were talking away, the lad's looking in his mobile phone for the maps, and then we're just continuing on. But when you're walking and talking, you don't realise how far you're walking, and whether you're walking uphill or downhill, it doesn't matter, because you're just talking away to distract you. But I'm heading in the direction of that farm. So you go around this S-bend and the road is down there to my left, and it goes back that way over there to the left. I can see the roadway is dipping down in the gap of the trees down there, and then goes back up on the other side.